Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are well. I've got this gorgeous look for you guys this time. So this is a matte eye, and if you want to see how I created this look, please carry on watching. This tutorial will be in Urdu and in English. It is a little bit of a lengthy tutorial. It's just the makeup tutorial for now, then the hair will be coming soon as well, but I did want to explain everything in detail this time, so it is a little bit longer than usual. So I started off with the eyebrows, and I'm using the Kashees eyebrow gel here. You can use any eyebrow gel here, or if you like powder, if you like pencil, it's completely up to you how you want to do your eyebrows. So यहाँ पे मैंने Kashees की eyebrow gel इस्तेमाल किया. Now इसको जब आप इस्तेमाल करते हो ये थोड़ी सी लाइट सी है. So पहले मैंने ऐसे ड्राई इस्तेमाल किया, and then उसके बाद थोड़ा सा स्प्रे करके ना, जैसे मैक का फिक्स प्लस होता है वो इस्तेमाल किया, तो आगे आप देखेंगे कि थोड़ा सा डार्क हो गया था, and then थोड़ी सी फिलिंग और कर ली थी मैंने. So the eyebrows, I started off with the gel. Now this eyebrow is a little bit dry, the gel is, but you do wet it to get like a more pigmented product. So that's what I've just done here. I literally sprayed into the pot a slight spray of the MAC Fix Plus, and then I've gone in and I'm shaping the eyebrows. Now as usual, I've started from the underneath side, and I don't go right to the ends of the eyebrow, and then what I do is then start shaping it, and then anywhere I've got extra product I do clean away when I go around with my concealer. So I'm going in with my P. Louise base, which is in Rumour 2. Now there are different shades, you can choose different shades if you like, but this one seems to work for me on all the skin tones that I'm working on at the moment, so it's fine. So I'm using my MAC, I think it's a 242 brush. Now apologies, I know a lot of people are asking for brush details, but I just get so busy and I don't get a chance to actually note down the brushes. And because I'm doing my voiceover afterwards, once I've done the editing, I actually forget. I'm really forgetful, I'm afraid, so I do forget the brush that I've actually used. So I will be going through all my brushes with you one day. I'm going to do a video on that soon, and I'll tell you exactly what I use and how I use them and what I think is good or not. So I'm just using this. So this is a flat synthetic brush, and I'm using this to carve out the eyebrows now. So यहाँ पे मैंने MAC का 242 ब्रश इस्तेमाल किया है. ये फ्लैट सिंथेटिक ब्रश है, तो इससे मैं अपने आईब्रोज क्लीन कर रही हूँ, कार्व कर रही हूँ बेस को. ना आई नो आप लोग हमेशा ब्रशेस का पूछते हैं, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली जब मैं कर रही होती हूँ ट्यूटोरियल, तो वॉइस ओवर मैं बाद में करती हूँ, तब तक मैं भूल जाती हूँ कि कौन से ब्रशेस मैं इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ. सो इंशाल्लाह मैं आपके लिए एक और वीडियो करूँगी, या नेक्स्ट टाइम जब घर पर मैं शूट करती हूँ तब मैं थोड़ा सा मतलब नोट कर सकती हूँ कि कौन से ब्रशेस यूज़ किए हैं. लेकिन एक वीडियो और बनाऊंगी आप लोगों के लिए कि आप लोगों को बता दूं कि कौन से ब्रशेज़ हैं, कौन से मैं ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करती हूँ और किस किस टाइम पे यूज़ करती हूँ. सो यहाँ पे मैंने आईब्रोज कार्व कर दिए हैं, आईब्रेस लगा दिया. अभी एक फ्लफ़ी ब्रश से बस मैं उसको ब्लेंड कर दूँगी क्योंकि कोई हार्श एजेस ना रहे. So I'm just using a fluffy brush. So this is just an eyebrow brush. It's just a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just using this to go through the eyebrow product and make sure that it's all blended around the sides, and make sure that obviously there's no harsh edges. I'm just going back in with a little bit more product here just on the eyes, just to make sure that I've got nice coverage here. I put this look on my Instagram and it's got a lot of love, so I'm hoping you guys will enjoy this tutorial. So I decided to use tape. Now it's just normal regular sellotape, and what I do is on the back of my hand first I take off the stickiness so it's not too sticky, and then I apply the tape. Now what I'm doing is you can either go higher or lower, it's completely up to you. It obviously depends on what shape you want to go for. Now from the sides I've just folded it back in so it doesn't stick to the hair and things like that, but I have left a gap because I want the eyeshadow to actually come underneath the eyes a bit as well. So if you don't want that gap, you take the tape actually up to the eye, so it's completely up to you here. टेप इस्तेमाल की थी, सेलो टेप है, अपने हाथ के पीछे से पहले उसको एक दफ़ा वो स्टिक कर लिया था कि ज़्यादा स्टिकी ना हो, फिर इसको एडजस्टमेंट करके लगा रही हूँ. अब मैंने यहाँ पे आपकी मर्ज़ी है कि किस टाइप की शेप आपको चाहिए. मैंने थोड़ा सा लो टेप को रखा था क्योंकि फिर जो आई शेडो है ना, जब आप लगाते हो तो वो आइज़ के नीचे भी लग जाता है, तो वो मेरा मतलब इरादा था इस टाइम के लिए. अगर आपको वो नहीं चाहिए, एंड देन आप टेप को आइज़ के नीचे बिल्कुल लगा सकते हैं कि वहाँ पे आपका आई शेडो ना आए. So you guys will have seen my previous video, and I've done a lot of makeup shopping over the Black Friday sale. So this was one of the palettes that I bought. So this is the P. Louise palette, and it's called Beneath the Sheet. So I've gone in with a very flat shaded brush. Now what I'm doing is I've gone in with that dark color, which is Flick the Switch color, and I'm just tapping this on, and I'm using it like I would do, you know, like I'm creating like an eyeliner. So I'm just patting this on and I'm getting the color. I'm not blending it out. All I'm doing is tapping it on, and this is the way you need to use these colors to get the full intensity. So I've literally just patted that on now. So यहाँ पे मैंने ये नया पैलेट इस्तेमाल किया, पी लुइस का है, डार्क ब्राउन जो शेड लिया, एक फ्लैट शेडर ब्रश ले रही हूँ एंड इसको अप्लाई करो, इसको पैट करके टैप करके लगा रही हूँ एंड टेप के साथ लगा रही हूँ, मतलब इसकी जो एज है ना बिल्कुल टेप के साथ लग रही है, वो मेरा मतलब मदद कर रही है मेरा शेप लेके आएगी। सो ये बस अभी मैं टैप कर रही हूँ और यहाँ पे जैसे आईलाइनर का जैसे एक शार्प सा लुक मैं लेके आ रही थी। So there is a lot of blending involved, so like I said, I just thought I wanted to kind of like go through everything and explain it, because what I can do is obviously just go in with different colours and show you the blended look, and then it looks like it was done really easily, but there was a lot of small steps. So now I've gone in with that lighter orangey brown shade. So again, I've gone in with a very small brush now. It's just a fluffy one, but it's a small one, and I'm overlapping that dark colour that I put in first. But look at the angle of the eye. I'm keeping the angle of the eye. I'm stretching it out. I'm not going upwards too much. I'm kind of like winging it outwards. So I'm going over that and then just going into the socket area a little bit once I've got less product on the eye. And I'm working from the tape upwards. So that tape is my barrier there. So that's where I wanted most of the color, and then I wanted to kind of like blend out. But I'm keeping it to the outer corners of the eyes. So यहाँ पे मैंने ये ब्राउन शेड लिया है, छोटा ब्रश लिया एंड ओवरलैप करके इस प्रोडक्ट को लगाया पहले टैपिंग मोशन से एंड देन इसको स्वीपिंग मोशन से ब्लेंड करूँगी, लेकिन टेप की मदद ले रही हूँ। मतलब ये टेप ना मेरा जैसे एक वहाँ पे जगह बनी हुई है जहाँ पे मैं आप देखें कि मैं यूज़ कर रही हूँ, ओवरलैप कर रही हूँ एंड इसकी ब्लेंडिंग जो है मैंने आउटर कॉर्नर पे विंग करके लेके जा रही हूँ, इसको वो शार्पनेस दे रही हूँ। यहाँ पे ऑब्वियसली डिफरेंट तरीके होते हैं, डिफरेंट मेथड से मैं ये अप्लाई कर सकती हूँ, लेकिन इस दफ़ा जो लुक कर रही थी ना इसको काफ़ी शार्प सा वाइट सा लुक दे रही हूँ। Now I've gone back in with the very first colour because obviously the depth of that colour has gone, so I had to keep going back and forth just to get that good blend. So I've gone back in, but what I'm doing is instead of having it quite sharp now, I'm blending it out up into that colour that I've added. So यहाँ पे मैंने जो पहला कलर था उसको लगा के फिर उसको इंटेंसिफाई कर रही हूँ कलर को, एंड यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी अभी ब्लेंडिंग करके जो सेकंड कलर किया था ना उसके अंदर उसको ब्लेंड कर रही हूँ। यहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा ब्लेंडिंग की स्टेजेस हैं, इसलिए ये वीडियो थोड़ी सी लंबी है क्योंकि मैंने सोचा कि आपको दिखा दूँ कि बीच में बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लेंडिंग स्टेप्स होते हैं जो वीडियो में कई दफ़ा नज़र नहीं आते एंड आपको ऐसे लगता है कि जैसे ये 2-3 स्टेप्स में हो गया। So then I've taken this other shade, this is called Yours of Mine, I think, Yours or Mine, and now what I'm doing is just taking this over that second color that I use, and I'm taking this further into the eye, but again I'm still keeping the angle. So if you see, I'm not normally I would take this across the crease and take it quite further into the eyes as well, but I'm not doing that. I'm still keeping it to the outer third of the eyes. So ये थर्ड कलर लिया है, मैंने आपको दिखाया था अभी कौन सा है, एंड देन इसकी अभी ब्लेंडिंग कर रही हूँ। अगेन इसको मैं आउटर जो थर्ड है आई का लाइक वो जो हाफ है एंगल से लेके जा रही हूँ एंड इसकी ब्लेंडिंग कर रही हूँ। एंड लाइक नॉर्मली यहाँ से मैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्रीज को ना अंदर ले जाती हूँ, आइज़ के बीच में आ जाता है लाइक हाफ वे, लेकिन इसको मैं बाहर की तरफ सारा रख रही हूँ। है मैं सही एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ। Please guys do subscribe to my channel as well. Obviously you know it's really nice, I get so much support and love as well, but I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to my channel, watch my videos and do share them if you like them, and do drop me a comment as well and let me know what you think. So like I said, it is a lot of back and forth, and that's the only way you get a good blend. So now I'm going back in with my dark colour and I'm intensifying all the colours as I go along. So every time I kind of like put on a new shade, I go back in with the previous shades and then I'm blending it out more and more. And then the blending gets, the amount of product is very small on my brush. I literally just tap it in and take that off on the back of my hand as well. So it's just, this is how you get like a really nice blend. So blending कर रही हूँ यहाँ पे, फिर थोड़ा सा जो कलर यूज़ करती हूँ उसके बाद फिर जो पहले किए हुए थे कलर्स उनको दोबारा ब्लेंड कर रही होती हूँ. Now here I've taken a slightly fluffier brush and I'm just going over the whole eye now, making sure everything is blending nicely. So this is a very light touch, so you're hardly touching the skin here when you're blending out. And you can see I keep going back to that first colour and really intensifying that, because obviously that is what's going to make the look really nice. So बार blending कर रही हूँ, बार जो एक कलर लगाती हूँ फिर वापस आके फिर ये जो डार्क ब्राउन है ये सबसे मतलब मेन कलर है. जब टेप उतारूँगी तो वहाँ पे अच्छी एक लाइक शार्पनेस आई हुई होनी चाहिए. आप लोग बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार दे रहे हैं, प्लीज़ अब मेरे वीडियोस को लाइक भी करें, शेयर भी करें, सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलना. कमेंट्स में मुझे बताना कि आपको ये लुक कैसे पसंद आया, एंड ये भी बताना कि और लुक्स किस टाइप के आपको चाहिए. So this is the lightest color I went in. So this is called Sleepover Club, and what I do is I'm just using a small flat shader brush and I'm patting this on. So this was like the main color. I went for a matte color this time and it looked really nice. So I'm patting it on, I'm tapping it on in the areas I want first. I'm not blending it yet, just to get the depth of color that I want. I had to go in quite a few times. These kind of shades are really difficult to kind of like get to show up on your skin sometimes, so this was actually a really nice color. So you could go in with white here as well, but I went for this one. It's slightly like a grey color. So ये जो lightest shade है ये matte color था, इसको एक छोटे brush से अभी मैं pat करके लगा रही हूँ. सिर्फ मुझे color पे ऑफ चाहिए, मैं इतना ज़्यादा blending नहीं करी, बस इसको tap करके लगा रही हूँ. इस दफ़ा मैंने matte eye की थी. मैंने बाद में सोचा था कि थोड़ा सा glitter लगा के तो आपको दिखाऊंगी कि matte eye कैसे लग रही है and glitter के साथ कैसे लग रही है, लेकिन end पे मौका ही नहीं मिला था तो look change हो गया था. So I carried on blending that. So now I've gone in with that transition color of mine and a very small brush, and I'm just blending out like the harshness of the line now. So very soft touch, minimal product on my brush here, and I'm really again keeping it to the outer corner, but then I do have to go back in with my lighter shade, and you'll see that I keep going back and forth again and getting that blend in. तो यहाँ पे obviously transition जो कलर मेरा था वो ऐड कर रही हूँ क्योंकि फिर दोनों कलर्स की ब्लेंडिंग हो जाए. तो फिर यहाँ पे बिल्कुल हल्के हाथ से आपने ये करना है, एंड आपने प्रोडक्ट भी बहुत कम यहाँ पे यूज़ करना है, नहीं तो आई की शेप मतलब वो जो लुक हम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं वो चेंज हो जाएगी. सो बार आपने अपना जो वाइट कलर भी लगाया है उसको भी पैड करना है, और हर कलर को मतलब मैं ना थोड़ा सा इंटेंसिफाई की जा रही हूँ, ब्लेंड की जा रही हूँ साथ साथ. So that was pretty much the eye makeup. Now I wasn't going for eyeliner. You could add eyeliner if you wanted to, but obviously here's where we take the tape off. Be careful when you take the tape, just take your time, slowly pull the skin a little bit and take the tape off. So tape आपने उतार देनी है carefully. इसको आहिस्ता सा skin को थोड़ा सा मैं pull कर रही हूँ, and then आहिस्ता tape को उतार के wipe से सारा makeup साफ कर दिया. Now you can see underneath the eyes where I left a gap in the eye makeup. So for me what it's done now is already kind of like done half the eye makeup for me, so that underneath the eyes when you go in and you add the eyeshadow it's already done for me because I left that small gap. So जहाँ पे मैंने गैप छोड़ा था आपने देखा होगा कि वहाँ पे अभी मेरा आई शेडो सारा लग गया है. सो वो आधा जैसे मेरा काम ख़त्म हो गया क्योंकि मैंने उसको नहीं तो कनेक्ट करना पड़ता है बाद में, तो वो मेरे लिए आसानी होगी. आइज़ के अंदर मैंने क्रायोलॉन की पेंट स्टिक यूज़ की है एंड अभी क्रायोलॉन का प्राइमर यूज़ कर रही हूँ. So I just inside the eyes I've just used some Kryolan paint stick. Now I love the way this actually goes in on your eyes, and you are able to use this in your eyes. You can go for obviously liners and things like that, but they never for me show up as much as this does. So I actually like using this product. So I just take it on a small end of a small brush and just go into the waterline, and then I've added my Kryolan primer this time, which I absolutely love. I'd run out of this, so I was using other primers as well, but I do love this primer. So I've gone in for a heavy base again today to show you again what the Kryolan paint stick looks like and things like that. So at the moment I'm using Kryolan paint stick in the shade Oriental, and I'm color correcting underneath the eyes. My model did have some a little bit of scarring. She had a little bit of like pigmentation around the mouth area, so everywhere that I needed it, I'm just using a brush. I sometimes use my fingers and I'm just tapping it in and blending it out, and then I'll go in with my base. So Kryolan की पेंट स्टिक इस्तेमाल की है, यहाँ पे मैंने कलर करेक्टिंग की है। यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा शेड ऑरेंज लगता है, लेकिन इतना ऑरेंज भी नहीं है, थोड़ा सा ब्राउन सा ही है ओरिएंटल का शेड। एंड जहाँ जहाँ पे पिगमेंटेशन थी, थोड़ी सी एक्ने स्कारिंग थी, वहाँ पे लगा दिया था। So now I'm going in with the shade GG from Kryolan, and this is the paint stick. Now I like to paint it on like this. Now this is obviously a few shades lighter for her, but obviously I was working with what I've got, but I'm going in with a second foundation which is going to be darker, and then it all blends out. So I like to paint it on like this, and then I go in with my liquid foundation. I never use Kryolan on its own, it just doesn't work for me like that, but I love the effect. I mean, she looked absolutely flawless, seriously. I mean, in videos you can't always tell, but in reality seriously everything looked lovely. So मैंने Kryolan की पेंट स्टिक इस्तेमाल की है in the shade GG, and उसके ऊपर फिर मैंने ये Too Faced की फाउंडेशन लगाई है। GG कलर थोड़ा सा इसके लिए लाइट था, ऑब्वियसली फाउंडेशन मैंने थोड़ी सी फिर डार्क की थी, फिर जब ब्लेंड करूँगी तो सारा कुछ सही लगेगा ना। GG फाउंडेशन मुझे काफ़ी लोग मैसेज करते हैं कि उनको मिलती नहीं है, अब मुझे सही पता नहीं है, लेकिन आई थिंक कंट्री पे डिपेंड करता है, शेड्स थोड़े से अलग अलग मिलते हैं, तो आपको जो शेड सही लगता है आप वो ले लें। So I've added my Too Faced foundation. So I absolutely love this foundation on its own as well. It's an amazing foundation. It's just so hydrating. It's actually got hyaluronic acid in it as well, so it's a really nice foundation. So I tend to use MAC a lot with this when I use a Kryolan, but I'd actually run out, so I thought I'd try this one, and it looked amazing. So I'm using a flat brush at the moment, and I'm just applying the foundation on. As I'm applying it like this, it's actually blending out the Kryolan underneath a little bit for me as well. But I know a lot of people sometimes say put the Kryolan on first, blend that out, and then the foundation. You can do it like that as well, but this works for me, so I just kind of like continue to do it like this. Now, I know this is a lot of foundation, and not everyone's going to be agreeing with this, and not everyone's going to like this, but this is how Asian bridal makeup is done as well. So, you know, you can change things up. You don't have to use this much product. You don't have to, you know, wear this much, but it never looks cakey. Every time I've done makeup, and people have seen my makeup in reality as well, even on this day when I did it, she looked absolutely flawless. There was no cakiness, there was no dryness. Now, it depends on the skin as well. The better your skin, the better your product's going to go on, and everything's going to blend out. Now, I wouldn't use this method or these bases if the skin wasn't good. So you've got to take everything into consideration, and as a makeup artist, when you're applying foundation or when you're working on skin, you need to look at that before you can like just start using any product. So, you know, I've got years and years of experience, so I wouldn't just use this on skin that was really, really dry maybe. So, you know, it is, you just need to consider all that. So now I've gone in with a damp beauty blender. It's not wet, it's damp, so I really wring that water out. Okay, so just make sure that it's just slightly damp, and then I'm tapping in the foundation. Now, you know, I tap in for quite a while here, so I keep tapping, and I'm sweeping the foundation under the neck and everywhere. I obviously go down to the neckline. On this day I didn't go completely to the neckline or cover the hands or anything like that, because it was just a shoot I was doing, and it's not a real bride. तो यहाँ पे मैंने डैम्प ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर से ब्लेंडिंग की है। अभी काफ़ी मिनट्स के लिए मैं ये करती हूँ, आपको हर दफ़ा मैं बताती हूँ कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा जितनी आप अच्छी ब्लेंडिंग करोगे उतनी अच्छी फाउंडेशन अच्छी लॉन्ग लास्टिंग भी होगी और स्टे करेगी। सो यहाँ पे डैम्प ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर है, ज़्यादा वेट नहीं करना है इसको काफ़ी ज़्यादा मतलब स्क्वीज़ करके पानी सारा निकाल लें, एंड इसको टैपिंग मोशन से आप ब्लेंड करते जाएँ। So I continue tapping for a good 6, 7, 8 minutes sometimes, you know, and I'm just tapping away until I can see that everything is absorbing into the skin. So next I'm going to contour, so I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Tanto in medium. Now I contoured in a different manner this time. What I did is I actually took some product on my brush and then I wanted to do like a slightly softer contour, so you don't necessarily have to put the lines on, you know, like we do in most videos. So I'm taking this quite softly and I'm just contouring. So you know, you guys know that I'm not a fan of very harsh contouring. I think once you've taken all the steps you get a nice contour once you've blended it out. I don't think you need that harshness. But this product was really nice to use, but obviously a little bit goes a long way. So you'll see I put a bit extra on later on as well in the video. But you know, you just softly, I'm just applying this where I want to contour, and I'm taking it up the sides of the head, you know, underneath the jawline, and just doing it very, very softly. So यहाँ पे मैंने ये हडा ब्यूटी का कॉन्टोर प्रोडक्ट इस्तेमाल किया, इस दफ़ा कॉन्टोरिंग थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट किया. मैंने वो लाइंस नहीं लगाई जैसे नॉर्मली करती हूँ. थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रोडक्ट लेके अभी थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा ही हो जाता है हाथ पे, फिर मैं उसको उतार देती हूँ एंड इसको सॉफ्टली ब्लेंड कर रही हूँ. सो टैपिंग मोशन से साइड्स ऑफ द फेस, थोड़ा सा इधर फोरहेड पे लेके जो लाइन पे सारा ना. एंड मुझे सॉफ्ट कॉन्टोरिंग पसंद है, मतलब जो हाश कॉन्टोरिंग होती है ना, वो मुझे नहीं पसंद. तो इस तरीके से बहुत अच्छी इसकी कॉन्टोरिंग की फिनिश आई थी. So I'm applying all my product. I'm obviously going to be adding concealer as well. So at this point I'm not fussed that I've got, you know, that it's gone slightly lower than it needs to do, anything like that, because I tidied all that up. So then I'm just going underneath the jawline as well, and I'm just really buffing everything out. I don't want any harsh lines here. So jawline पे भी ऐसे ही blending कर रही हूँ, एक fluffy brush से इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ and इसको बस blend की जा रही हूँ भी. प्लीज़ इस वीडियो पे अपना प्यार दिखाना, लाइक शेयर करना, कमेंट भी करना और मुझे बताना कैसे लगी. So this time I've done a slightly sharper nose contour, just to show you guys how I would do it. So I'm using a small fluffy brush here, and I'm using the same product, a very, very small amount, and I'm just bringing it down the sides of the nose and then really blending it out. You'll see me blending it downwards towards the sides of the nose, just there, and I'm just, you know, I wouldn't go in with a lot of product here. इस दफ़ा मैंने कॉन्टोरिंग की है जो नोज़ पे, वो थोड़ी सी शार्प की थी आप लोगों को दिखाने के लिए, क्योंकि नॉर्मली मैं इतना कॉन्टोरिंग नहीं करती नोज़ पे, लेकिन एक थोड़ा सा ब्रश, छोटा सा ब्रश लिया है एंड हल्का सा प्रोडक्ट लेके, तो उसको साइड्स पे ना आप देख सकते हैं कि मैं कैसे इसकी ब्लेंडिंग करूँगी. डाउनवर्ड साइड्स की जो नोज़ है उसकी साइड पे ना ब्लेंड करके और आईब्रोज के अंदर लेके जा रही हूँ थोड़ा सा. So once I add my concealer here, you'll see the difference. So at the moment I'm just adding my contour, just really defining the nose, and I'm just using my fingers here, just blending out the products at the sides of the nose as well. Underneath the eyes then, I'm highlighting with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Vanilla. Now just be careful, you have obviously got a sharp finish here, so I kind of like just make sure that I've got that clean finish here as well. So I'm just dragging the product up and then I'm going to blend this out. So eyes के नीचे मैंने एक कंसीलर इस्तेमाल किया है, इस इन द शेड वनीला, एंड इसको बस टैपिंग मोशन से लगा रही हूँ एंड देन इसको भी सेट कर दूँगी. यहाँ पे आपने थोड़ा सा केयरफुल रहना है. थोड़ा सा मेरा अभी आइज़ पे लग गया था नीचे, लेकिन उसको मैंने साफ़ कर लिया था बाद में. And then center of the forehead and the chin area, and then I normally put some just underneath the contour line. You can see I've added some there as well. Now I'm spraying the face with MAC Fix Plus. I just like to hydrate the face before I start patting this away. So I do sometimes use my actual setting spray here as well, but I would only do that in between brides. I would actually use setting spray here instead of the mist from MAC Fix Plus, should I say, but because it was a photo shoot, obviously I didn't need the makeup to last me all day and things like that. So now I'm just using this brush from Real Techniques. I really actually like using this to blend everything out initially before I go in with my sponge. So I'm just tapping it away, really taking my time. Now once you've brushed it, patted it in, sometimes there's extra product, take that off on the back of your hand and just keep tapping away until you've got a nice blend. Don't be fussed with the corner straight away, because that's when you start making mistakes and going into the eyeshadow. So I'm literally following that line, and then I'm going to go in and blend out all the edges and things afterwards. तो यहाँ पे मैंने मैक का फिक्स प्लस पहले स्प्रे किया था एंड देन ब्लेंडिंग कर रही हूँ. यहाँ पे ज़्यादातर मैं अगर ब्राइड कर रही हूँ फिर मैं अपना सेटिंग स्प्रे वो बीच में करती हूँ, एंड उससे ये है कि साथ साथ मैं उसको अप्लाई करती रहती हूँ एंड देन उसकी जो फिनिश आती है वो अच्छी आ जाती है. फिर यहाँ पे मैं जहाँ पे मैंने कॉन्टूर की थी उसके नीचे भी थोड़ा सा कंसीलर लगाया था और उसको ब्लेंड कर रही हूँ. So you just saw that I'm just blending out underneath the contour line as well. So I'm just using circular motions and I'm just blending everything out. Okay, so with the nose, I'm sorry my hand was in front of the camera. I didn't realise the angle was obviously like that and you won't be able to see. But what I've done is taken a very, very fine brush with a small amount of concealer and I go down the middle of the nose. So where the two lines are, I just added a little bit of concealer and then I've used a very small beauty blender, and that's got like a straight edge to it, and I use that straight edge just to tap up and down and blend that out. So यहाँ पे मैंने छोटे ब्रश पे थोड़ा सा कंसीलर लेके नाक के बीच में डाल दिए थे जहाँ पे लाइनें हैं मेरी दो कॉन्टूर्स उसके बीच में, एंड देन मेरा जो ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर है उसके साइड पे ना एक स्ट्रेट एज है, तो उससे मैंने थोड़ी सी ब्लेंडिंग करके ना ऊपर नीचे करके एंड स्ट्रेट लेके गई हूँ कि वहाँ पे जो कॉन्टूरिंग किया ना वो ज़्यादा मतलब ब्लेंड ना हो जाए. And then up the sides of the nose I'm just cleaning it up as well. So you just need to take your time here. I use a small fluffy brush as well just to get into all the edges and things like that, and just make sure, see what I'm doing here is just really sharpening up that contour on the nose now. So once I've given it one flat final blend, I go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've just gone in with my damp beauty blender today. I normally use my powder puff, but I do it this way as well, so I thought I'd show you this way. So I'm just tapping it in underneath the eyes and just getting that product absorbed in. I'm not leaving it there, I'm just blending it out until everything is gone. And then I do the sides of the face. I avoid the area where I've contoured because I go over that with actually my powders, and then I go in and do a little bit of baking as well. So यहाँ पे मैंने damp beauty blender से पाउडर इस्तेमाल किया Laura Mercier का, and इसकी blending कर दी है. Now कई दफ़ा मैं पाउडर पफ यूज़ करती हूँ, कई दफ़ा मैं beauty blender यूज़ करती हूँ, and मैंने कहा दोनों दिखा देती हूँ इस दफ़ा. So आइज़ के नीचे जब मैं आप करती हूँ या जिधर भी पाउडर लगा रही हूँ, मैं पूरा इसको टैप कर रही हूँ जब तक सारा पाउडर अब्जॉर्ब ना हो जाए. These looks that I show you, they are quite, they're all different versions of doing bridal hair and makeup. So, you know, you can pick and choose what you want. You might like one technique, you might like another, you might not like the products, but, you know, you might like, I don't know, the way I've done the eyeshadow or something. So, you know, hopefully there's something there that you can all take away from this. Obviously, if it's not for you, then that's, I get it. You're not all going to like this. But for me, I'm just trying to show you as much as I can do so that you can, you know, this is basically training for you. These are the kind of training sessions that you do and you charge quite a bit of money for. So I am showing you everything as I'm doing it, and I'm trying to explain every single step instead of just putting music over it, so that, you know, there are things that I think that need to be explained for you to pick this up. So I'm hoping, you know, you guys are enjoying these videos and they're making a difference. And you know, do let me know in the comments as well if, you know, if it's made a difference to your makeup or if they're helping. Do let me know. So here what I've done is I've just added on some powder underneath the eyes. I don't actually like to bake, but I have added it on purely because I'm going to go in with eyeshadow, and then just to give that slight contoured finish, I've put some underneath the contour line, and now I've gone in with my MAC Studio Fix in the colour NC45, and I'm just bronzing away where I need to now. I love using these powders for this bit. So थोड़ा सा powder लगाया मैंने contour lines के नीचे, क्योंकि फिर मैं इसकी blending करूँगी, and then MAC Fix Plus MAC Studio Fix का जो powder है वो इस्तेमाल करके तो इसकी थोड़ी सी contouring powder contouring कर दिया. सो अभी आइज़ के नीचे अभी मैंने इसके जो कलर्स हैं वो मैंने ऐड करने हैं. सो पहले मैंने थोड़ा सा डार्क कलर ऐड किया एंड देन एक ब्राउन सा कलर यूज़ करती हूँ इसकी ब्लेंडिंग करने के लिए. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर दैट आई एम एडिंग ऑन the color. So I've gone in with a brown first and then I go in with my slightly darker color. So you have to be quite careful here. Now however careful I am, I always get fallout. I'm surprised when I see other videos and other people using products and when they're doing underneath the eyes they have absolutely no fallout, but I tend to get fallout, so I have to tidy this up every single time. You can see I've got some powder there to catch the fallout. So very carefully I'm just doing the outer corners now. So the tape, the way I put it on, you can see it's helped me to create this actual shape that I've got, so I haven't had to work too hard. Now this is obviously quite a sharp eye look. It doesn't suit everyone, so you do need to be careful of who you kind of like would do this look on. So then I'm going in with that white in the inner corners, and I really brought it down into the corners of the eyes and just underneath as well. So you can see I'm just blending that out. So inner corners पे वो जो white यूज़ किया था वो मैंने काफ़ी अभी लेके आई हूँ eyes के नीचे भी, और इसको connect कर रही हूँ. So then I need to now blend out my powder, so I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix NC25 colour, and all I do is this is the Real Techniques brush, and underneath swirling motions, and I use this to actually blend out the powder. So there's powder already on there. I could have just swirled the brush around and blended that out, but I find I get a nicer finish when I do it like this, when I add actually another powder, and this powder tends to be one which has got some colour and some coverage. So this just gives you an extra layer, but it really finishes everything off, and again under the eyes as well. So brush को यूज़ करके जो extra powder था MAC का Studio Fix इस्तेमाल करके तो उसको blend कर रही हूँ. If you want to follow me on Instagram as well, my Instagram is Shazma MUA. I do tend to come out with, there's a lot more obviously pictures on there, videos and things like that. I try and share things to my YouTube story as well now, so you can see some things here as well, but obviously if you want to follow me there, do follow me. And if you need to get in touch, you can send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me an email, shazmamua@gmail.com. So I've just sprayed the face with some setting spray, and now I'm going in with my highlighter. So these I bought some new highlighters, so this is one of those. I wanted to kind of like try this out, and it was very, very nice. I loved this highlighter. So it's I think it's Kaleidos, the company is called. They're on Instagram. So what I tend to do is I tend to get my highlighter on with a flat brush, and I always take it kind of like up the sides of the face and the forehead a little bit as well. I just think it gives you a nice finish instead of just one straight line. You can see that it was absolutely beautiful. They're all really, really different, and they all kind of like, this had like a bit of gold in it, a bit of pink in it. It was just really, really pretty. So I always go in with my highlighter first, and then I go in with blusher. If I do it the other way around, I find that my highlighter is just sat on the skin and it's not blended out. So I went in with my blusher. Now this is from Bare Minerals. It's a bronzer, which is supposed to be like a blusher and a bronzer, but it was more pink and it's more of a blusher for me. So I added this quite softly and blended in the highlighter as well. And then I always go back in with either a brush or a beauty blender just to, blend out the edges. So we added the lip liner in Cork, and then we added the lip gloss this time. Again, that one's from Peaches and Cream, and then we finished this look off. So यहाँ पे मैंने lip liner इस्तेमाल किया था, and then एक gloss इस्तेमाल किया lips के लिए, and इसको blend कर दिया था. And then यहाँ पे finishing की थी, obviously mascara लगाया था lashes पे, and इसकी finishing करती हूँ. So So this was the finished look. I'm going to leave you to watch the final look with the hair. I hope you've enjoyed this. I have got the hair tutorial coming. Please do show your love on this video and I will see you soon. I hope आपको ये पसंद आया. Hair tutorial भी लेके आ रही हूँ few days कुछ दिनों में इंशाल्लाह. प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें. इंशाल्लाह आपसे दोबारा मुलाकात होगी. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.